Welcome to 1371. In the last one, we had Joan's life continuing to unravel. She told Hector about the affair. He's decided to work it out with Anne. We had Isabella marry into the Bennett family. She has um, basically conned them into letting her marry him by faking a pregnancy. And we now have our 3 daughters alone in the house with Joan. This year, we have, it looks like Winifred and Marguerite will be rolling. Heloise and Evelina will be rolling. Derek will be rolling. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's anyone who is in our family. Let's roll for Winifred, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Ooh, Winifred. Wait, is Winifred, whose wife is Winifred? She's one of, these two. No! Oh my gosh! How many more tries does he have? Oh boy. Okay, he still has 3 more tries to have a legitimate son, but his wife is dying. So, he could get remarried. Let's see. Bennett. 3. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I don't know. It's looking more and more like our son is going to be the next Lord. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then Marguerite will also be dying. Let's roll for the vampires. Duplicate. Okay, and I want a D10 and a D4. All right, here we are. So Christiana is still alive, and she will stay alive. I think all of their children are still alive, right? Yeah. Okay, 7 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, all 7 of those children survive. Her husband's dead. She's dead. He's alive. Okay, 1 human husband. He's fine. 2 humans, 3 humans. 1, 2, 3. She's got 1 human child. Survives. 1 vampire child. Survives. They have 1 human child. This is good. I'm weeding out the vampires a bit. Who also is fine. All right. That looks like everybody, I believe. When do you age up? When does... Wait, are you already a teenager? I can't really tell just by looking at him. No, he looks like a child, doesn't he? I'll have to double check on him, see whether or not he is supposed to, what age he is supposed to be. 1355. Yeah, he should be a teenager by now. What happened? Oh my gosh, somehow I end up forgetting to put certain people on the tree. Okay, let's roll for him to become a teenager. What is his thing? 17. All right, he's fine. I'll put him on the family tree once I get the numbers on how old he is. Whoops. Yeah, I was like, why is he so young? Oh, wait, we also have to roll for, okay, we'll roll for him. Will he get married? No. Interesting. He will not get married. I wonder, should we put him in the church? Then nobody will ever, our church will never be empty for us to lose all our stuff. It would be really quite something if a vampire was running the church. But his mother was a nun and she was very devoted. She didn't leave the religion because she didn't believe in it. So maybe she instilled that in her children. Hmm. Maybe I will put him in the church. We'll see. All right. Let's head into the game. All right, so here we are in the game, and it looks like Anne just had another kid. They are just, I mean, I know they have 11 tries, but they have a lot of kids. I think this is right now they have 6 that are surviving. So that is a lot of kids. Yeah, 6 of them are alive, 3 of them died. But we are now having a full house with Hector and Anne. And then also Mabel had a baby, but the baby did not survive. So there's that. Also, oh my gosh. We'll talk about a mishap that I had a little later. I'll bring that up later. It's fine. Something to look forward to. So yes, they have no more people left in their house, and but Mabel does have only one child, so she's all set. We'll come back to them. And oh, gloomy. It's raining, that's why. Okay, so now we have everything we need, and I am going to head out. We'll head to the tavern and bring all of our family members, and then I'm thinking about bringing a couple of future potential husbands for Cecilia. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I feel like we keep having the relationships start when they're like, okay, let's get married right away. So I figured that it would be nice if Cecilia maybe knew her husband, as children. So I brought over our 2 options, and they are Alexander Walter and Benchi Trimboli II. Now, I'm kind of leaning towards Alexander because the Walter family is only like middle class, whereas the Trimboli family is very wealthy, upper class. So I feel like we probably wouldn't be able to marry the only heir to that estate. Although Alexander is the only heir to the Walter family, but they are a little more our speed. Like, it would make more sense for a poor farmer to be marrying into the Walter family than the Trimboli family. So, also, I don't want us to just become rich all of a sudden, but I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. She is going to become friendly with these 2 kids. That is so cute. He took out his toy and is playing. So yeah, we're just becoming friendly with them, and then it starts really raining, so I'm going to set everyone home. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Alexander because I feel like that makes more sense. But these are the only 2 boy children that are around for us to potentially marry. And I mean, the Walter family is a good family. Like, they're pretty established, but they have kind of fallen during, like, over the years because if you remember, initially they were like good enough to be marrying into the Lord's family, but the problem is that literally every single generation of Walters, the heir has not been able to have a son. Like, the initial guy didn't have a son, so it went to his brother. He didn't have a son, so it went to his brother. Like, it's just over and over and over again. So their family kind of has been all over the place. And since we've had so many other rich families come into our save file, their status seems lower in comparison because we do have a lot of wealthy families. So I am thinking they're kind of like middle of the road. So that is why he might be a better option for us. Anyway, let's get everyone doing stuff now. Once again, we have Joan, who is not actually cooking or taking care of the house or doing anything anymore. So the kids are just kind of eating plants from the garden, eating milk from the cow. They're not having any real meals because Joan is not cooking anything for them. So that's really hard for them. You have to eat a lot of plants in order to actually fill up your hunger bar. But yes, so that is what's going on here. Joan is really not being a good mom. Anyway, let's roll for These two. Oh man. Okay. Well, Heloise died. I really liked her name. Oh man. Derek died too. How does this happen? Okay, so there's only one child left in the Payne family. He is a boy though. I feel like every single one of these families is just like getting really dangerously close to dying out. Yeah, because Oriel is dead too, but she was a girl anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, Hector just lost a child. Isabella just had a child. Ooh, we are having lots of babies. Okay, let me just update this before I get into that. I don't want to get ahead of myself and then forget to update something because that's what I do all the time. Okay, so now we have the new baby from Isabella. And the baby does survive, and so does she. So that is actually really good because she had a boy right off the bat, and it survived. So I think that family is pretty happy. Although her mother-in-law is also dying this year, so that is rough. Now it's just the butler, who nobody knows is really the father of all those children. Anyway, so we're just gonna get her a drink because she wants one, and yes, again, Joan is an alcoholic right now, so that's using base mental alcohol. I also have base mental drugs, but I mean, it's one thing, but you can get it separate if you want, just the alcohol portion. Anyway, so yes, she ends up getting moodlets if she doesn't drink often enough. So here we go. Let's just take care of the chores. All of my kids are hungry because their lives are too hard right now. It's very sad, actually. Cow, come back. This cow. Okay, so yes, all of these girls are having a really hard time, and honestly, their mother is probably being known as a drunk in town nowadays. Like, it's not a good look. I tried to just have the kids come, but the kids actually can't order food by themselves. I was kind of thinking that maybe they would take some money, and then go and buy themselves some food, but they can't. So let's just say Joan is tired of hearing them complain, so she just orders them food here at the bar because she wants to go to the bar. So I'm going to order them a couple of meals, and then we'll get her a drink. Like, look at all her negative moodlets. Boy. Okay, so we're just no, don't. Okay, that food just disappeared into nothingness. Okay, and there are a few kids here, so this is good. Let's talk to a couple of the kids. Maybe our kids can make some friends. So let's have them all chit-chatting. And look, Alexander is back, so I guess he is maybe interested in being our friend. And Anne is here. So actually, you know what? Joan is going to be so mad when she sees Anne because she hasn't seen Anne since Hector told her that he was going to try to make it work with Anne. And they're still like having babies and, their family's all intact. And so she is just going to get in a fight with Anne. She's going to yell at Anne and criticize her and insult her and all that stuff until Anne runs away. So there is that. So we're cloud gazing. No way, Hector, you want to be best friends? That's not going to happen. You turned down her romantic advances multiple times and went back to your cheating wife who had a baby with Joan's husband, and it's just like rude. So why would we be friends with you? Okay, so she is not going to agree to be friends with him. And now we're also going to roll for Henry II. And this is when I realized that I made a huge mistake because I have two Henrys and I accidentally made what's her name? What is her name? The girl that used to be married to Milo. Gosh, I can't even remember her name. Anyway, her. Now I have to look. Oh my gosh, I can't. I have to know. She was in Axtell. There was that whole thing. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Just looking at my family tree. Here we go. Oh, Mabel also. Okay, so anyway, Mabel. I realized that I accidentally got Mabel married to the guy who's supposed to be her father-in-law, not the guy who's supposed to be her husband. And they had their baby, Evelina, is actually a vampire because she's his baby, even though Henry II is a human and we're supposed to only be having human it's a disaster. Anyway, so I had to go into their family and I had to have her divorce the guy, the dad, who she's not supposed to be married to. And then, so she divorces the dad, and then I had to have her get married to the son, and he's a human. And then I had to delete the old Evelina, and then I used randomized genetics to make a new Evelina with those two, who obviously is a human because they're both human. And then I had to get her pregnant, or I had to end her pregnancy and get her pregnant with the guy she's supposed to be pregnant. It was a disaster. Oh my gosh, it was awful. I just really messed up there because I had two Henrys and I just moved the wrong one in. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I did that. I don't know if any of you noticed that I did that. I filmed like way ahead, so if you notice that I did that, I'm sorry. I only just found out. Okay, these girls are all gonna try to drink some milk. Oh no, I think Nicolette drank some sour milk. I'm so sorry. Okay, so and then they want to get their fun up a little bit. Oh look, hey, it's Juliana, who is our half sister, even though none of us know that. Like the kids don't know that. Cecilia is actually the heir right now. So, but also we kind of have to think. All right, all of them survived, obviously, because the vampires only have one number that hurts them. Anyway, so it's really interesting because also who we marry is going to determine not only our last name, but our family color will change from blue because the Leifsons are blue. So if we marry Alexander, our color will become yellow and we'll be a Walter. Isn't that going to be something? Just saying. I really was thinking hard about what I would do because I really do like that our color is blue. I mean, I chose it for us for a reason. But since Hector has so many sons, obviously the Leifson line is going to continue and that one's blue. And I don't really want to change their color from blue to something else. So I'm just going to leave them as blue. I guess maybe we'll be yellow. We'll kind of see what happens. I am thinking of Alexander being our husband. What happened? Oh, the big family died out. I was going to be like, I remember when Agnes was young, we were thinking about marrying her into that family. So pretty interesting. We are going to now get new pictures for the triplets. I'm not really paying attention to the aspirations or traits that are allowed for this challenge for extra side sims. Obviously, if a sim is going to come into our family, I'm going to make sure that they have a trait that makes sense for our family. But these sims, I don't care if you have the Batu aspiration. Like, I don't care because I'm never going to play you. So there's that. Anyway, so we need a picture also of Alice. Here she is. And she is gorgeous. Honestly, the Vatours look a little weird. Like the brow line on the men always messes up their eyebrows. Like the eyebrows get get the wrong shape because of their brows. I feel like that's a create a sim bug, but yep, it doesn't look right when they have that feature. So I don't know what's up with that, but anyway. Yep, they do not have 8 sims in their household anymore because I killed Heloise. And then we're just going to head over to the church so that we can kill 2 sims. We have to kill Marguerite and Winifred. So Winifred is Bates' wife, and they currently do not have any sons together. So unless we get Bate remarried, oh, I'm sorry. I was going to get Isabella pregnant again first. I forgot that I was doing that. Anyway, so what was I saying? Bate. Bate doesn't have any sons except for the affair baby that he had with Joan. So that's really interesting because he will either have to get remarried in order to have a legitimate son, or he will have to name Benedict his heir. So I don't know. He's away at war right now, so we have time to think about it because obviously he's not going to get married while he's off at war. But It's definitely a conundrum. I actually think it's really interesting because our son could become the next Lord. It would be really weird. Not that he isn't raised to know that. Or maybe, yeah, because he was a baby when they took him. I'm sure Winifred would have some resentment about the whole thing because, you know, it's basically saying that she's not good enough as a wife, but she just died. So I don't know, maybe her kids kind of had, negative feelings towards Benedict because their mom did and they can like feel that. But I don't know. He might just have a pretty good life. Not sure, but we'll find out in the future if he lives to age up. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I am really having a good time despite there not being as much like events going on, but it's nice to kind of build up relationships and have people fight with each other and just all this stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.